This is going to be part 4 of installing a C-notch and a C10, working on a 78 C10 square body Chevy. We got the C-notch mainly put on. We got a welded plates inside the C-notch, which was on a previous video. But while me and Kevin's doing that, Josh is going to start moving the fender wells. The fender wells on these trucks are removable. They're bolted in. They're sealed, so you can kind of see the sealing bead. So we're going to unbolt it. Maybe we better push them out fairly easy. If not, we have to razor blade, cut some of the sealer to help with that process. But we're going to move the fender wells. That way, the fender wells are going to have to be raised up to clear the drop and the 22-inch wheels. That box tubing piece right there, that's going to have to be gone. So we may cut it flush with the top of the bed, or maybe an inch down. But we got to make sure when it's dropped, the 22-inch wheels and tires, doesn't get into that. So that square tubing's got to be gone. And then we're going to cut across from the fender well. We'll measure that C-notch, the width of it, with the tires and wheels, how they're mounted now. Kind of see how far we got to go from side to side. I'm guessing it's either going to be even with this, or we're going to go in maybe about 6 inches on each side. Cut across, but we got to do some measuring to make sure. So Josh is going to get going on that while we start plating the C-notch. We got some goodies in from LMC. LMC has got their own website. It's a good place to buy, OEM parts, fitted parts. So what came in was, well, I've already got a couple floor pans, but I ordered more just in case. So in this box, you got some floor pans, rocker, and the floor pan supports. The ones under here, I don't know, they've seen better days, so as much as this was, it was worth buying to replace when doing the floor. So I'd highly suggest replacing these if you're doing the floor pan area. And yeah, so LMC's got a great website to purchase from. If you've never been there, you ought to check them out. Okay, so the plates have been tacked in now, and I think we're definitely happy about the plates here to come down. It's almost like a person who sheared it was thinking of welders because it's a perfect lip to weld on and has ever so slight gap in it for the weld penetration. If you ever taken a welding certificate test, that gap's going to be more. That way you get good penetration on the front end and the back end. So these are cut really good width-wise. Length isn't too bad. It really isn't. If you can look under there. So I think we are now ready to lay beads all through it. Okay, so Josh got the fender wells out. He also cut away that box tubing. We'll have to grind a little bit of that away, smooth it away. Both sides that were done. Now when you remove the fender wells, runs about 18 bolts you have to remove per side, and they'll come out pretty easy. You got the sealer that, you know, a little sticky, but of course this truck, you know, being a 78, sealer's kind of hardened on it. So that's what it takes to remove the fender wells. And Josh used a cutting wheel to cut that box tubing away. So next for the bed is we'll be measuring the tires, the width of the C-notch to cut the floor pan directly across from the fender wells there. So stay tuned on that one. Okay, so we got the C-notch fully welded in. All the plates are in position, everything's welded tight. The only thing, we're a little undecided. I mean, it's plenty strong enough the way it is, then with the center being plated. It's definitely not going to budge. Just got to decide whether you want to fill that in down there, and it'd be mainly for, you know, it's a pocket, so possibly road debris or something get in that pocket. So we're gonna think on that one. But fully welded in, and I think the next thing we're gonna start on is probably removing the springs on it, leveling out the frame, removing the springs, the back mount here, it can go bye-bye. You gotta keep the front mount there for the 2-link bar to mount there, and then it goes up under, and it'll clamp here to the axle on both sides. So just hit like, follow, click the notifications if you want to follow along with the next video. And yeah, I think the leaf springs are going to be the next step.